Hi YouTube. I think this is the best French knife that nobody's ever heard of. Let me tell you how I came to get it, and then I'll show you some of the features of it. It really is a nice knife. This knife is a real mystery, and I'd like your help. If you know anything more about it, then please let me know. So have a look at the knife as I go through the details. If you've got any comments, please send them through to me. I'd really welcome that. If you like this video, why not subscribe? It really helps me to know that I'm making the right sort of videos for you. I'd really appreciate that. I was recently on holiday in France, in Normandy, with my family, and near the end of the holiday I thought, well, I need to buy myself a French knife. I'd left it a bit late though, and I was just looking in supermarkets, finding it really hard to find a decent knife. When I found this hanging up in the kitchen knife section in the E.Leclerc supermarket, it was only €11, and I thought, well, what have I got to lose? This could be a good knife. I was thinking of an Opinel, and this was the closest I could see to one. I hadn't realized that in France, I think it's as difficult to buy a pocket knife as it is in the UK. Anyway, let's see if it's as good as the Opinel knife I was looking for. Opening it up, let's take a look at the knife itself. So you can see it's a Inox blade, so that's a stainless. It's a 420 steel, which is the equivalent of an X20 CR13. So it's got more carbon than a 410, less than a 440. What does that mean? Well, it's a little bit softer than a 440 steel, but it's got higher strength. It's widely used in knives, razors, and surgical scalpels. But it's quite a decent looking blade. Very similar. It's a clip point, very similar to the look of an Opinel knife. You can see it has a locking collar and it's got a wooden handle. Taking a closer look at the lock itself, it's a little bit different to an Opinel one, but it can lock in the open, and it's pretty firm actually. There's no problem. The blade's pretty straight as well. Also, if we close it, you can lock it in the closed, so you can't open it, which is pretty good. I really like the curve of the handle. It's quite comfortable. There's nothing sharp that's going to catch in your pocket. Opening it up, it opens with a pinch as well as being able to use the nail nick. Let's just lock it to make it safe. So yeah, it's pretty good. In my hand fits really well on this with the thumb at the top. So it's quite a good slicer. If you look at the blade, it's pretty well ground, and you can see it's fairly evenly sharpened. It's quite a decent edge as well. Let's try it with a post-it note test. You can see it is super sharp. No problem cutting that at all. Just going through some of the stats on this. So the blade length from here to the point is 85 millimeters or 3¼ inches. Fully open, so the full length is 195 millimeters or 7¾ inches, and closed it's 115 millimeters or 4½ inches. It weighs in at 50 grams or 1.7 ounces. So it's quite light. I think it's the wooden handle that helps to keep it light. I'd really like to know more about this though. So it's made by TB. Well, it's produced for them. So TB stands for Tarrerias Bonjean. Forgive my English pronunciation if you're French. And this company TB has been around since 1848. So it actually I'd really like to know more about this though. So it's made by TB. Well, it's produced for them. So TB stands for Tarrerias Bonjean. Forgive my English pronunciation if you're French. And this company TB has been around since 1848. So it actually predates Opinel. Normally they produce high-end knives and cutlery, but I've tried to look for details of this on their website. I can't find anything about it at all. So I don't know if they're ashamed of it. This is definitely not high-end cutlery. This cost 11 euros. Looking at the packaging, let's see if we can get this in focus. You can see it's called Le Couteau de Poche, so that's a knife of the pocket. It talks a little bit about it, and here, if you can see this, it's got in very small writing, importé par, so imported for them. Now, in looking this up, I think they have some of their cheaper knives made in China. But if anybody knows anything else about this, please put something in the comments. I'd love to know more. So, did I like this TB stainless steel French knife? It got a thumbs up from me. Yes, I really liked it. So, it feels good in the hand, and it feels like a good budget knife overall. If you haven't already, why not subscribe? It really helps me to know that I'm making the right sort of content. I've got loads more already. Why not check out this video or this playlist? Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.